Why do you want a companion for your dog? Is it only a companion for your dog because he's lonely or you think he's lonely? Not always a good idea. If your dog needs time to get adjusted to the presence of another dog, give them that time.
And let's say if we already have a dog at home and we want to have a companion for him or her, what's your recommendation on that?
How is your dog now?
This is
how
the
does
View
your dog
Pause
feel
Hug
about
More,
other dogs?
Love More podcast.
Why do you want a companion for your dog? Is it only a companion for your dog because he's lonely or you think he's lonely, right? Or is it for yourself because you want to adopt another dog, you want to welcome another soul in your house? It's not always a good idea to bring another dog home.
It's not always.
Not always, no, because again, each dog, they have their own personalities. And if your first dog just prefers to be the only dog of the house, right? If they don't really want to be sharing their space with other dogs.
So to understand about that, should we bring friends for them to play with before we decided to have another one?
I mean, make sure that your dog is comfortable with other dogs. Sometimes they are not super comfortable, but if you have a puppy, they might get along with the puppy. Manage. Don't just get both dogs meet at your house on the day you bring the puppy home. Right? Manage. Give them some separate time. Go out with them, Don't always let them interact because just leaving things to the dogs, it's not going to go right all the time, right? So be prepared. If your dog needs time to get adjusted to the presence of another dog, give them that time. If you see they are growling, or I always do this, they always have this lip going up to show the teeth, Okay, that's a sign your dog is not comfortable. Separate. Give them time. Living in your house separately. So don't get another dog for the wrong reasons, right? If your dog your first dog has separation anxiety or they are barking or distracting everything in your house when you're out, don't get a second dog to give them company because your second dog might not answer that need. And your second dog might just be, worried to be alone too. Well, alone. They might be worried to be without you too. So you're going to, instead of one dog that is bored or has separation anxiety, you're going to have two. Right?
But can we train a dog so that they would not suppress, but low down their anxiety being alone?
Yeah, you can train as in help your dog with all issues they might have. Right? So a dog that is worried when they are being alone, you might put them in a training situation where you are at home. You're actually not really busy going out, but you will go out for a very short period of time to help your dog to understand it's not because you go out that you are alone forever. Right? Because they don't have the same sense of time and duration. They cannot, look at their watch and say, oh, my mom or my dad has been out for 2 hours. It's so long. Okay, I need to do something. Right? They're not looking at the time, but they feel uncomfortable passing sometimes, right? Their emotion is like, oh, no one has been there for a while. What am I going to do? Right? So get out for a few minutes and come back in.
Okay.
And see what
we can extend that time.
Exactly, and see how your dog is feeling. Maybe some dogs, they will already lose it after 2 minutes, right? So if 2 minutes is too hard, you go out shorter, right? If it's a few seconds, if it's going and just put your hand on the doorknob, and that's enough for your dog to be like, oh my God, he's going out, right? So then, okay, I'm going to work on that. I'm going to teach him and help him to be calm when I walk toward the door and touch the doorknob, right? So all of this is observing your dog. When is your dog comfortable? When is your dog not comfortable? And working from that. Right? So a dog that has separation anxiety or is just worried to see people going away, help them find this situation where they can learn. They just have to learn in an easy setup, and then bit by bit you make it a little bit harder, a bit more challenging. But they always have to be ready. If they are not doing it right, or if they are too stressed, or they are, doing the wrong behavior, then okay, go back to an easy setup before you can challenge again.
All right. Is there a breed that you think may be more suitable for For a starter, let's say I have no experience with training a dog before or having a dog before. Is there a breed that's suitable for Vietnamese owner and the lifestyle you can see here in Saigon?
That is a question you're requiring a precise answer, but I'm going to disappoint you.
No, it's all right.
Because
Okay.
I can't tell you what breed is good for a beginner, because there are no breeds that will be good for a beginner. It's like I'm telling you, get a dog that already has all the programs to understand a human in your house. It doesn't exist. If you're a beginner and you want an easy dog, then don't get a dog. You know, I'm a bit strong with that because I don't want people to rush and adopt a dog because they want a dog. I want people to think about it. I want people to learn. If you are a beginner, you need to learn about dogs before you get a dog. It doesn't matter which breed. Learn about dogs. If you open your house and your heart to another living being that is not a human, it's another species, you need to learn how to communicate with them. You need to learn what they would need in general, right? We keep talking about needs here. So think about this species need. Even if you have a cat or a rabbit or anything else, learn about them. There are breed tendencies in terms of behavior, right? And energy needs. Yes. And some groups of dogs will match better your lifestyle. Think about, what do you do in your life? Are you someone who likes hiking? Are you someone who likes to watch Netflix? You can be both.
Right.
But how active are you in your life? How much time do you have? Time is crucial. If you have a job that requires you to be away from home for more than 6-7 hours, don't get a dog. You know,
Really?
don't. Unless you have a family and there are people at home who take care of the dog. If your dog is alone for more than 6 hours every day, it's not fair on the dog. Would you expect your young kid to be alone for 6 hours with no supervision?
That's going to be a terrible house when you return.
So if there is no one at home to take care of your dog has to be alone for 6 hours. Not fair. Right? Think about it. Maybe you can volunteer at a shelter. Maybe you can borrow your neighbor's dog. You know what I mean?
Like what you did with your friends.
Yeah, exactly. You can find the love and the joy of being with a dog and living with a dog in other ways than just having your own dog. Yeah. So look at your lifestyle. Do you have the time, the family setup, the job to be responsible for a dog for the next 10 to 20 years? If you know, in 3 years I need to move, change country and do this job and travel a lot, can you take your dog on travels? Can you take your dog with all these changes in your job? If yes, great. You know, if not, okay, think twice. Do you have the financial resources to care for a dog? You know, because if you don't have a stable job and you know you might not have enough even for yourself, it happens. Life is full of, you know, surprises and ups and downs. So if your financial resources at this moment are not good, don't take care of a dog because you're going to have to go to the vet. Your dog might get sick at some point. That's just life, right? You need to feed your dog properly so that they have good health. You need to groom them at some point. You can groom them at home, but if you have a dog that has more grooming needs, like a poodle, I need to go to the groomer. So if you're not in a good, moment of your life, a dog might give you affection and support, emotional support, but can you, be there for your dog? So remember all that. You need to look at your life before you get a dog, beginner or not, because you were telling me as a beginner. But even if you had dogs before in your life, always look at what is your current lifestyle and what is it going to be in a few years to make sure that you can have a dog.